fair ball to Jacob. What a play from Jacob! And that is destroyed! Tie game! Play down the third baseline. Peter makes a great play from Peter McNeil. In play, that's a fair ball to Jacob. What a play from Jacob! And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes a great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. Jordan Rice heads out. Trey Clutton right.
Get out, ball later! And he might have missed it! Got it wrong from Jordan Rice! And that's the shot! That's all I want to play!
Steps on second, flips over to first, and he does it! Oh my Lord, Zach Inouye, a solo!
That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Oh! Philip Rosenbach, walk off the season. Oh!
Get out, ball later!
And that ball is out of here! Walk-off home run, Jacob! That ball's in play. Goes back, keep it, back into the run! Back into this playhouse, big
We tattooed! And what a roll! What a roll from Keaton again! Flare it up. What a play for Peter McNeil!
Well, unfortunately for us, the clouds have finally arrived here in the Pacific Northwest. It held off for a while. We've had quite a few very nice days in a row. But here on a Wednesday afternoon, it is a little gloomy, it is a little dark, but as always, I'm Trevor Butler, joined by Jack Blehouse, and we've got a good one on tap today between the Eastern Enforcers and the Western Wolfpack. Jack, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Some last-second Wolfpack additions there. Chad Curtis will be at first, but yeah, these are two evenly matched teams. Wolfpack at 8-7, Enforcers at 7-8. Enforcers coming off a sweep, getting swept by the Stingers, so we'll see if they can bounce back here against the Wolfpack today.
And that was a really surprising sweep. You know, the Enforcers were towards the top of the league, but the Stingers starting to heat up here mid-season. Let's take a look at the lineups first for the Western Wolfpack.
Alex Harden, Western Washington University.
Thomas Blehouse, Sherwood Elementary.
Sam Thomas, Summer School.
Zach Inouye, University of Washington.
Ian Michael, Edmonds Woodway High School.
Chad Curtis, Balso Hard University.
And the lineups for the Eastern Enforcers.
Jake Oliver, Seattle Area Pipe Trades.
Joshua Gradwell, Edmonds Woodway High School.
Jonathan Galgano, Washington State University.
Tyler Clout, Hilltop Elementary.
Isaac Van Horn, Seattle University.
So it's going to be Ian Michael on the hill as expected for the Western Wolfpack. He's going to face Jake Oliver, the dirtiest player in the league for the Eastern Enforcers.
Yeah, Ian Michael, 4.74 ERA this year. Pretty respectable for a Game 2 start, but he'll get the Game 1 start. Sam Thomas will be here, who has been holding his own as potential Rookie of the Year candidate whenever he shows up. But for Jake Oliver and the Enforcers, it's been basically the Jake Oliver offensive show. They have Yoshi Milady for the first time this season, so hopefully he can provide some extra pop to this Enforcers offense.
It should be an interesting one. And again, this Enforcers team coming off getting swept by Peter McNeil and the Stingers in what was a unexpected offensive explosion from that team. But we're going to get things going. It's going to be Ian Michael versus Jake Oliver, a battle of the pitchers. So we get to work here on a Wednesday afternoon.
And for Jake Oliver, got his average over 400 again after last week. So 432, 3 home runs, 17 RBIs. Home run numbers are a little bit low for Jake Oliver at this point in the year, but this Wolfpack team throws a lot of strikes. So if he's ready, he could increase that home run total here today.
Wolfpack tossing around a little bit, and now we'll get ready to get underway. First pitch from Michael is popped out toward left field. Tough play for Alex Harden, and it'll drop foul.
And Alex Harden, captain for the Wolfpack, loves to play third base for his team, but with all due respect, I think there's some better defensive options. Alex Harden had a little bit of a rough go last week at third base. Oh,
this one's sent out toward left, and that's going to be fair. He just missed it the first time, but Jake Oliver continues his tear and leaves the yard to get the Enforcers off the deck.
Just like we were talking about pregame, Wolfpack for a lot of strikes, so Jake Oliver, he's seen Ian Michael quite a bit this year. Jumps on the second pitch he sees.
First one was just foul. There's been a lot of action over these last handful of games out there in left field, as this one's going to be poked foul.
Josh Gradwell, obviously always in the conversation for Cy Young. Average this year, 294, 1 home run, so not terrible. More of a role player offensively so far this year.
1-1 on the way. Just missed outside.
And a big miss for this Enforcers team is no Tyler Clout today, who is the team leader in home runs.
And Gradwall thought about it, but left that one upstairs. It's going to be a 3-1 count. So that's going to be pulled left field. Harden can't make the play. Gradwall thinks about second. He's going to be caught in between first and second. Wisely retreats.
Yeah, and on those hard hit balls, really there's not much you can do other than just trying to throw your body in front of it. If you try and reach with your hands, you never really know what don't want to knock the grass too much, but it's definitely not even across the field. Not many predictable bounces on this infield.
Michael misses downstairs, and he falls behind 1-0 here. That one just caught Galgano's elbow.
John Galgano making his first game back after 2 weeks away. He had a back injury. Started the year off hot, but his average is a little bit dipped, 222. That's a grand slam, though.
Ahead 2-0 here. Fouls it back into the booth.
Just getting peppered back here.
2-1 misses low again, and it's 3-1. So we're going to need to restock Ian Michael here. Ran out of balls. 3-1.
What was that about?
I think he was laughing at my call. That misses upstairs for ball 4.
What'd you say?
I said he ran out of balls.
Oh. Classic. Oh, here's the debut for Yoshi Milady. Played a few games for the Pilots last year. The Enforcers took him away. Jake Oliver took it from his brother, DJ.
What? You guys get 4 infielders.
Jeez.
1-0 tapped foul.
We might need some plastic bag. How we can get rid of that squirrel out there?
The delay is for a dead squirrel out in right center field.
How come I didn't even see that? Kind of blends in. Maybe we can get a zoom in on one of the cameras. Oh my gosh.
Full count pitch swung through strike 3, and there's 1 down.
Nice job there. Ian Michael needs an out. I mean, it starts to get dangerous when you have a runner on third.
So 1 down here in the top of the first as it's back to the top of the order. Runs inside, ball 2. Oliver jumping ahead 2-0 here, and he'll make it 3. So looking to walk himself aboard and load the bases here in the top of the first. He'll poke that one back to Michael, goes for the out at first. He'll get that, but nothing more. Both runners move up, and there's 2 down.
Productive out, but a big out there for the Wolfpack. Anytime you get Jake out, Oliver out, especially on the heater he's been on, it's a win.
So Ian Michael now will have an opportunity to escape what had the makings of a very problematic first inning. First pitch on the way to Gradwall. Runs inside for ball 1. That stays upstairs, and Gradwall jumps ahead 2-0. Michael trying to bait him into swinging at something up high, but Gradwall has refrained thus far, and he'll take a 4-pitch walk to load the bases here with 2 down.
Now John Galgano will step in, like I was saying earlier, one of the few players on this team that has a grand slam, actually a few players in the league. You saw one yesterday.
He's going to sky one up. Playhouse goes over and reins it in. A sigh of relief from Ian Michael. And the Wolfpack get out of it with only one run allowed in a rather interesting top of the first. We head to the bottom of the frame. Wolfpack looking to answer. Jake Oliver has emerged here between innings with a shovel, the starting pitcher for the Enforcers, doing some yard cleanup.
Oh, gosh, I don't like this. Oh my.
A beautiful fling right there, you could call it.
I don't even think I can post that. That's like animal cruelty.
The AWA is getting demonetized.
R.I.P.
Exactly.
That's true.
It's like banana ball. You gotta be a little innovative.
Well, I think the squirrel already has an Instagram page. So Dale Nutters or something? I forgot. Brock would know. All right, ready in?
So it's been an interesting start to this game. You know, I made a joke earlier this year about broadcasting a tree coming down. So broadcasted landscaping and now squirrel removal, you know?
R.I.P., of course. Our thoughts
Indeed.
are with the family.
So Ian Michael's going to step in now, looking to bring this game level. Gave up a leadoff homer in the top of the first. He'll look to redeem himself with a leadoff homer of his own here in the bottom of the frame.
I'm looking at Ian Michael. 385 average, 4 home runs. Led the league in average for the first 3 weeks of this season. So on-base guy, and then Jake Oliver on the other hand, 4.5 ERA. It's a nice pitch right there, but had a pretty rough go last week when they got swept by the Stingers. But before that, his ERA was sitting nice under 3.5.
He'll look to bounce back today, and he's quickly got Michael on the ropes behind 0-2. Kicks and fires. Sent left side, tough play. Gradwall comes up firing, but it was bobbled a little. No throw over to first.
Yeah, and Ian Michael, he's got some pretty good speed, so if you don't pick that cleanly right away, you got no chance. Sam's up. Now Sam Thomas will make his debut after arriving a little late.
Finally showing up, and he'll get to take some hacks. Oliver toes the rubber, looks toward home. First offering. Catches the zone at 54.
Oh, he's not happy hitting the zone.
Thomas unhappy with the catcher. He's going to sky that one out towards center field. Galgano able to make the grab easily, and there's one down.
Looks like he just missed that one right underneath it.
And you see it a lot where guys will just miss a pitch and they'll look good off the bat, but kind of die out once they hang up there. That's the problem with the wiffle balls, is they've got all that hollow space in them.
Thomas Playhouse, he's got 7 home runs on the year, started to figure it out, 381 average.
That'll just catch the corner.
60 on the inside corner on a lefty, that's tough.
2-1 on the way. 62 saved by the speed check. And it looked like Oliver even knew it. He pointed up to the radar board.
Ooh. It's a nice pitch right there. And, you know, Jake Oliver does that. Throws a quick one and then comes back with a changeup. So every pitch has its purpose.
Count level at 2. And Playhouse pulls it foul. Enforcers jumped ahead in the top of the first, had the bases loaded with 2 down, but could not get anything more of it. It was Jake Oliver's leadoff homer that brought us where we are now. Now his 2-2. Stays outside and runs the count full. Payoff pitch is chopped fair over toward first. Galgano able to, or I'm sorry, that was not Galgano, that was Yoshi Milady who pulled it in, steps on first easily, but Michael moves to second.
Yeah, Yoshi, first time seeing a ball in the field of play, does well with it. Productive out, moves the runner into, I guess we'll call it scoring position, but it doesn't happen very often in the AWA. You score from second.
So Chad Curtis will step in here. He'll leave the first pitch high for ball 1. Leave the second low for ball 2.
Chad Curtis, 2 home runs on the year.
Runs inside, and it's 3-0. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Oliver looking to get out of this inning scoreless. Won't come here, though, as Curtis takes a 4-pitch walk.
That's a nice job right there from Chad. I know a lot of times when he starts games, he's just swinging, trying to get on the board with a hit, but taking your pitches, kind of the best thing you can do early on in a game. You don't know if the pitcher has its A game or not.
So Alex Harden will step in here. I've had the pleasure of calling some games with him this season.
Alex Harden having a little bit of a down year, but he did get LASIK in the middle of the season, which I guarantee you affects your hitting ability.
Harden leaves that one inside and jumps ahead 2-0.
That's tough.
Tough to catch up 60 right on the gun.
Also heard from Alex that he might need to do the procedure again, so
uh-oh.
We're only halfway there, I guess.
That runs inside and count moves to 3-1. 3-1 just misses, and Harden takes a 5-pitch walk, and the bases are loaded. So back to the top of the order with Ian Michael, who slapped a single his first time up.
Only man who's been able to get a hit off Jake today. The rest have been walks.
Now he steps in with an opportunity to even this game or greater. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. 65. Wow.
It's a little angry.
That one drops out of the zone for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike with 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Again, stays outside. It's 3. Three-1 hitters count on the way. Upstairs, ball 4, and a run is going to score.
Nice job there from Ian Michael. Ties this game up, 1 apiece.
The Wolfpack have done a great job of really working the count here with Oliver and getting back into it after 2 quick outs.
It's already his 3rd walk of the day, and we're not even out of the first inning.
First pitch drops out of the zone.
He's not missing by much.
Now the 2-0 on the way. Finally a little rhythm there from Oliver as he catches the zone. 2-1. Stays up high once again. And it's interesting, you know, yesterday that 3rd game of the series between the Aces and the Cyclones was about 50 minutes long. As that's popped foul.
That was a doozy.
Yeah.
We thought we were going to get out of here. A 20-minute game, and all of a sudden the final inning, bottom half or whatever it was what? 40 minutes?
10-run inning. 10-run top of the third. As that's popped up. Tough play. Gradwall can't haul it in. Everybody's going to be safe. Josh Gradwall had a read on it, but he couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, and looking at this replay, Josh Gradwell's looking right at the runner. Do not look at the runner. You have the right of way to go to that ball. And right when he took his eyes off the ball, was able to drop in for a hit.
The Wolfpack have answered back emphatically as they take a 2-1 lead now. First pitch to Blayhouse. Tough play over at first. But the out is recorded, and the enforcers get out of the inning not before allowing 2 runs. Wolfpack jump ahead as we head to the second. It's 2-1. So it'll be Yoshi Milady leading things off here in the top of the second.
It's always nice to hear a new walk-up song. Some of these get a little repetitive.
Struck out swinging his first time up. We'll see what he's got in store for his second at-bat of the season. Michael missed outside to open things up. Now the 1-0.
That's a nice pitch.
Yeah, just catching the zone. Both pitchers early on kind of struggling with command. Both have spun more balls than strikes.
And it's an interesting move, honestly, by both teams going with their Game 2 usual starters in Game 1, which would be Josh Gradwell, Sam Thomas. Maybe they chatted pregame.
3-1 misses outside. It's a leadoff walk.
It looks like Ian Michael, normally a slider pitcher, starts those balls out, hoping they'll cut back in with a slider movement, but none of them really cut back at all.
Definitely struggling to get the break today, as the first pitch on Oliver is going to be off his back. Swings through that one. A healthy cut right there from the leadoff man. Seems like both pitchers have continuously found themselves in 3-1 counts, so it'll be no different here. Three balls and 1 strike on the way. And Oliver takes a hearty hack at it for strike 2. Michael looking for his first out of the inning, but he misses up high for ball 4.
Rough start here for Ian Michael. And both pitchers having some difficulty finding the zone here. Ian Michael up to 39 pitches. Jake Oliver 33 after 1 inning.
Oliver with 18 balls to 15 strikes. Michael with 25 balls to 14 strikes. As that just catches the zone for strike 1. This one not so much as it misses outside. 1-1. Sent out towards center. Tough play, Blayhouse. He'll get the out, and it looks like he'll spin the double play. An excellent play from Thomas Blayhouse. We'll take a look at it, but it looked pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
He is out.
It's kind of funny. After you made the play, he kind of just jogs off the field. It's a live ball, but Jake Oliver didn't decide to take any unnecessary risks. So
John Galgano will step in now with 2 outs all of a sudden. So even with a challenging start to the inning from Michael, he's found a double play and put himself in a position to get out of it. Looked like he might have just barely worn it off the hand as Galgano swings through that one for strike one. Yeah, you'll see, guys, as that's grounded left side. Harden can't quite make the play. Blehouse comes up firing. It was a great throw. Oliver's going to try and come home, and he's going to be out. He came hustling for home. It was an aggressive play.
I don't think Jake Oliver knew where the ball was. His head's turned, and then all of a sudden the ball's right there.
He went for it. You know, I respect the hustle, and he tried a very acrobatic play right there. It's like ballet. But Michael gets out of the inning scoreless. We head to the bottom of the second, 2-1. So Ian Michael assisted by a couple interesting defensive plays. I mean, granted, one of them was more interesting base running than anything.
Yeah, but Thomas Blehouse involved in both of those plays. Thomas Blehouse kind of the dark horse to win Gold Glove this year. Last week he was responsible for 9 outs in a series, which is unheard of.
And it was an excellent throw over to Thomas at first that kind of kicked that play into action that ended up.
Especially for a lefty.
Yeah. I got to respect Jake Oliver's honesty. Every time he gets a speed check, he points up and he owns it.
I mean, what can he do? He's going to get called on it either way.
The Jake Oliver Sportsmanship Award. Curtis ahead 2-0 here. And it'll be swung through for strike one. What has been a relatively tight game so far, the attention here, while it is on the Wolfpack as they look to add to their lead. Many of the thoughts are probably on Ian Michael, who will be able to close out this first game. Wolfpack 3 outs away from a Game 1 victory.
That was a 61, remember you called it?
Jake Oliver trying to take himself out of the race for the Jake Oliver Sportsmanship Award. Now the 2-2. Thought about it, but just missed downstairs.
That's a tough pitch to lay off of.
Now the full count offering. Popped up foul. Curtis looking to work himself aboard to open things up here. But he goes down swinging 60 on the dot right there from Jake Oliver for the first out.
Nice pitch right there. I mean, obviously the Wolfpack want to get a few more runs here heading into the top of the third, give themselves a chance to close it out. It's not like the 2 innings they had with Ian were stress-free innings. Took some pretty miraculous defensive plays to get them out of it.
So it'll be Alex Harden stepping in here with 1 down. First pitch on the way. It's going to stay low for ball number 1. This one pushed left side, tough play. Gradwall comes up firing and makes the throw over to first in time. Relatively easy there for Josh Gradwall, who just gets the throw off to beat Harden.
A little bit of redemption there after that first ball came over to him. Can't remember who hit that.
That was Ian Michael. That was the leadoff. Speaking of Ian Michael, he'll step in here with 2 down. Oliver deals. And it just missed a little high for ball 1. This one, though, negotiates its way into the zone, and we go level. Just a bit outside, tried the corner and missed there. Now the 2-1. Michael sure thought about it, kind of just sailed in there at only 44 miles an hour, but it drops in the other batter's box and nearly in front of home plate. Now the 3-1 inside, it's a 2-out walk to the leadoff man, Michael.
Forcers have been unable to get out Ian Michael thus far.
And it has been a great day for him, so now Sam Thomas will step in 0 for 2. Looking to notch his first hit of the day. First pitch to him stays inside. This one, though, finds the zone and moves the count back to 1-1. 1-1 will run in again. He'll wear it off that left elbow, which you don't see every day. Getting hit on the back arm. Now the 2-1. Stays outside. Thomas looking to add a walk of his own here, the 3-1. Finds the zone and brings the count full. 3-2 pitch on the way. Chopped foul over toward the fire pit. It'll roll down the patio.
Won't matter, but that pitch was at 62. So nice job to foul that one off. It's kind of like a offsides, like we were saying in football. May as well swing.
Free play. Now the 3-2 once again. Swung through strike 3. It'll get Oliver out of the inning and take us to the top of the 3rd. Enforcers need a run to prolong this game. It's 2-1. Back here for the top of the 3rd. Enforcers need a run to extend this game. Ian Michael looking to shut things down in game number 1. First pitch to Yoshi Milady stays low for ball 1. As this one's going to be pushed back to him. Little dribbler that he scoops up and underhand flips onto first for the first out.
Nice job there to make that play. Tough for Yoshi here coming back after half a year absence from Wiffle Ball, but he was a solid player for the Pilots last year. I'm sure it'll take him a little bit of time to get back into the swing of things.
Back to the only person to have scored a run today for the Enforcers, that being Jake Oliver. Count even at 1 as Michael missed up high. Great pitch right there just to catch the inside part of the zone. Looking for a punch out here, but it'll stay inside. We'll try it all again, level at 2.
Ooh.
Michael really mixing speeds, but he'll miss that one outside. It's a one-out walk, and the tying run is aboard here for the Enforcers.
Nice job there from Jake Oliver. 2 strikes on, finds a way to get on.
So it'll be Josh Gradwall stepping in now, representing the go-ahead run here in the top of the third of this first game. I'll leave it at 61 for a speed check. Missed up high, but it was at 62, so Michael really working that upper limit of the speeds. That one was tapped foul at only 54. One again tagged foul, and Gradwall down to his final strike now. The 1-2. Just stayed inside, and we go even at 2. The 2-2 pitch. Popped up, tough play. Michael goes over and hauls it in. Oliver took a step towards second, but no more as he trots on back to first, and there's 2 down.
Yeah, Jake thought about it after looking at Ian Michael. Looks like he was kind of holding his head, not looking around, but I think he knew what he was doing there, trying to elicit a run there.
It worked last time for him, so. Worked last time for Ian Michael, I should say. 2 outs now here in the top of the third. Galgano popped up, tough play. It's going to stay fair.
Okay,
Michael is going to opt to bean him to end this first game. The Wolfpack use a 2-run bottom of the first to hang on and win this one. 2-1 your final score here in game 1. Down the first base line with our post-game interview, we've got Robert with the winning pitcher, Ian Michael.
All right, talk about the pitching repertoire so far today.
You know, things are feeling good. Pretty easy lineup over there, so just got to get after them, you know?
Is that a little trash talk I hear?
You could say that.
Okay. Interestingly enough. All right, we'll see you for game 2 and 3.
See ya.
All right, back up to the booth, guys.
So about to get started here in game 2. It's going to be that recent interviewee, Ian Michael, leading things off here in the top of the first. Wolfpack now looking to take the series win here in game 2.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of close games so far in the AWA this year. It seems like there's no real powerhouse teams.
I'd be one to argue it might be your squad, the Nighthawks, who are one of the favorites right now.
We'll see in next Monday against the Aces, both at 11 and 7.
That is going to be a good one. Whoa. That pitch ended up here in the booth and hit just about every single thing we've got up here.
Squirted through the crack.
Now the 1-2. Tagged foul, and Michael stays alive. Yeah, make sure you guys have your calendars blocked off for next Monday. Maybe the matchup of the season between the Nighthawks and the Aces.
But then again, I mean, you know, the Wolfpack at 9-7, right in the middle, where they win 2 more games, they're tied for league lead. So that's how close it is this year.
So it was ball 4 and a leadoff walk for Ian Michael.
Guess we're slacking up here. Good. I'm glad the hitter and pitcher agreed on the count before the throw.
It's like those quick counts when you're playing MLB The Show. You know, they just throw you out a 1-2 count and say, all right, go take some swings.
I think it's a little odd the enforcers are not going with Josh. Oh.
That's popped up. Tough play right field. Milady able to rein it in over in foul territory.
That is a very tough play to make. I mean, it looks easy the way he caught that, but a lot of stuff over there, the cameras, everything. So nice job to stay collected there, as all I can hear is his sneezing going on.
It's allergy season here in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, when did these allergies stop? I'm dying.
I'd say probably right around October when the rain starts.
Brutal.
There's 2 seasons here in Washington, rain and pollen. 1-0 swung through, strike 1.
It's a hefty hack right there. I think I caught a little bit of that breeze.
One is left inside. Looked pretty good out of the hand. Sat at 48. And Blayhouse has to readjust the TikTok mic. Now the 2-1 here with 1 out in the top of the first. Stays low and it's 3-1. As Blayhouse takes a cut at that one and runs the count full once again. Oliver struggled with the free passes in game 1, and he's looking to avoid falling into the same fate here in the second game. Full count pitch. Runs in and caught him. And there's going to be 2 aboard with only 1 down.
Yeah, nice job there from Thomas. I mean, I know he wants to keep hitting home runs, but sometimes the best thing to do is just take your pitches, get on base, give your team an opportunity to score some runs.
So Chad Curtis steps in here. Only 2 homers on the year, but a prime opportunity to drive in some runs and get the Wolfpack on the board first here in game 2. Took a first pitch strike, but leaves that one inside for ball 1. Thomas Blayhouse quick to point out the speed check right there.
They're on it today.
1-1 again. This one at 59 swung through for strike 2. Oliver looking for a strikeout right here. 61. The Wolfpack hyping up Chad Curtis.
Chad looked like he was ready to walk back, but saved by the bell.
So we'll try again here from a 1-2 count. And he'll tap it foul to stay alive. Thing hooked foul and spun for a good 2 to 3 seconds after it hit the ground. Another 1-2 pitch on the way here from Oliver. Pushed left side, tough play. Gradwall, he'll get the out at third, but nothing more. A wise play to get the force out over at the hot corner for Josh Gradwall. And there's 2 down.
I mean, it's a tough play right there for Chad. I mean, usually that'll result in a single if there's no one on base.
So Alex Harden will now have a prime opportunity to put the Wolfpack on the board first. First pitch he sees is in there for strike one. Now the 0-1. Stay a little high. Had to kind of duck out of the way of that one a little bit. Count moves level 1-1. Pushed left side. Another play for Gradwall. And he'll nail Blehaus in the back to end the inning. Thomas Blehaus comes up laughing. But the Enforcers escape some trouble. It was 2 on with only 1 gone. Back-to-back outs. Get him out of the inning.
I mean, it's funny because from this angle, we wouldn't even be able to tell, but the reaction is all we need to
Yeah, when
right
he comes
there.
up shrieking and giggling, you kind of know. We head to the bottom of the first. Zeros on your scoreboard.
Jake Oliver's got his average up to 436, 4 home runs now. I want to say the cutoff now for the top 8 leaderboard for home runs is 6 now. A lot of home runs, and no one has more homers than Zane Phillips, who had another 4.
Chunked out toward left field. A pretty good play over there by Thomas Blehaus to rein that one in. Had to do it on the move.
I'm going to say it right now. I think Thomas Blehaus is the Gold Glove favorite. Just had a pure amount of plays made.
I would agree with that. He's had some gems this year. As that's popped up, and Ian Michael reins it in.
Pretty quick. See the quickest inning of all time.
I don't know if it'll be quicker than that one in the, I believe it was the Pilots and the Stingers that had the 11-minute game.
Oh, wow.
Popped up. Michael, a 3-pitch inning.
I think that's history. I don't think that's ever been done before.
You definitely don't see that every day. Ian Michael induces 3 pop-ups, brings in 2 himself, and gets the Wolfpack out of the first just like that.
It's an easy game.
So after that performance out on the hill, Ian Michael will take some hacks. First pitch here in the top of the second stays low for ball 1.
Jake Oliver, 23 pitches. Ian Michael, 3. Still a 0-0 game.
It's the beauty of baseball right there. Or wiffle ball in this case, but I think the point stands.
Yeah.
2-0. Stays inside, and it's quickly 3-0.
Yeah.
As that runs in and just barely catches the zone for strike 1. And you were talking about Zane Phillips, but yeah, he absolutely had himself a day yesterday. I believe he had 4 homers.
Yeah, now he's sitting at 14 home runs, and after Philip Thomas on the Nighthawks kind of came close, he took him over for the lead for all of, what, 1 game after?
Yeah.
11 home runs to 10. That's my home run title.
Got
He hit
quite a
4 really quick.
Quite a home run race going on here in the AWA.
Jackson Carr, who was in second, didn't hit any, so still at 9. But that's how crazy it can change. I mean, Philip Thomas was at 6. Now he's at 11 in one series.
Thomas and Phillips shaping up to be a very Sosa McGuire type summer between those two.
And you got Mark Campanero, who's always lurking.
1-2 pitch, and Thomas swings through it for the first out of the inning.
It's a nice pitch there from Jake, right at 60.
Yeah, Mark Campanero being right in the thick of it. Very much I guess you could say he's the Ken Griffey Jr. of this home run race. Just right there, but we'll see if he's got the ability to catch those two. Thomas Blehaus now stepping in. And he's going to blast that one the other way. Maybe he wants to enter himself into that home run competition. He lasers one out to left field, way back into the trees. A 2-run shot that puts the Wolfpack on top here in the second.
Yeah, Thomas Blehaus now 8 home runs, so 1 home run away from tying for third. Thomas Blehaus, career 87th home run, so he's the only player who has 100 regular season home runs in sight.
Chad Curtis thought about it, but refrains from swinging there. And Sam Thomas is going to be sent out to the woods to go try and find that ball.
Hopefully it didn't go over the back fence.
2-0 pitch misses outside, and Curtis looking to follow the homer with a walk.
And this start from the Enforcers, probably the most surprising start out of all the teams. I mean, they were in the World Series last year.
So that misses outside for a 1-out walk.
Currently, it's 7-9. They're the second worst record in the AWA, giving hope to all the Cyclone fans out there.
And granted, as of now, they're only a game up too. Would have been 2 if it weren't for that furious comeback yesterday, a 10 spot in the top of the third. Harden pulls that one foul. And what a game it was yesterday. It looked like the Aces were all but out of it. Jace Pratt, through 2 1/3 innings, had a no-hitter going. As that pitch clocks in at 38 miles an hour.
I think you just got to swing at those.
Might as well take a little golf club.
Yeah. If you miss it, it's content.
Yeah.
If you hit it, it's a good chance you're hitting it far.
I do love a good golf swing. I remember seeing Mike Trout out here in Seattle hit a ball at about his shins out to dead center field, which, if you know anything about T-Mobile Park, not an easy feat.
I wonder who the Mike Trout of the AWA is. Low ball hitter.
Ball 4 outside. It's back-to-back walks here.
Low ball hitter, 2-hand swinger.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Got to get StatCast for the AWA.
I wonder how much that costs. Putting some MLB level StatCast. 100 cameras surrounding the field. Probably wouldn't be too hard. Probably pretty cheap too.
Definitely. Lasered back up the middle, bobbled over there at shortstop. Galgano can't haul it in, and Michael is going to be safe over at first with a single to load the bases.
All things considered, nice job from John there to at least knock it down, because that runner at third was going to score if he didn't stop it in front of him.
Little shift on here for Sam Thomas, as the Wolfpack look to continue extending this lead here in the top of the second. Oliver quickly jumping ahead 2-0. So that sounds like it just barely, by about the smallest of margins, caught that outside part of the corner. Now the 2-1. That one pretty convincingly in there for a strike. The 2-2. Pushed the other way. Galgano's just going to have to toss it back to the pitcher. Another single. Everyone moves up 40 feet. And the Wolfpack stack another run. It's 3-0.
Nice job by Sam Thomas to stick with that. That's his first hit of the day. A little bit of a rougher go to begin the day, but this is the first time he's seen Jake Oliver.
So it'll be a sigh of relief there for Thomas, who finds himself on first. And now Thomas Playhouse will step in and look to follow up his homer.
Sounds like he liked the feeling of that home run. It looks like he's going dingers or nothing here.
So Playhouse behind 0-2 here. Oliver looking to escape. Push the other way. That's going to stay fair off the wall. 1 run scores. Michael holds up at third. Another RBI for Thomas Playhouse, and it's 4-0 Wolfpack.
Jake Oliver lucky there. That ball was destroyed. Holds Thomas Playhouse to a single there.
Just nestled itself in that left field corner. So Chad Curtis steps in once again, drew a walk last time up. As he swings through 63.
We see it, we see it.
The 0-1 offering. Stays inside. One missed out, and it's 2-1. Curtis swings through that one, and it catches the top of the zone for strike 2. Oliver looking for a critical second out of the inning. Wolfpack only need 2 more runs to end this one with the run rule. Won't come here, though, as Curtis takes a look at strike 3, dropped in at 59 miles an hour, and there's 2 down. So Alex Harden will step in with 2 away and leave the first pitch he sees for strike 1. 0-1, pushed over toward Oliver, flips on to first and picks up the inning-ending out, but a 4 spot here in the top of the second gives the Wolfpack the advantage. It's 4-0. Bottom of the second getting underway. First pitch ripped over toward first. Thomas steps on the bag.
4 pitches, 4 outs. That's absurd.
An efficient start thus far for Ian Michael here in game 2. That's one of the words you could use. So back to the top of the order with Jake Oliver, who...
Oh, just swing at it, Jake.
decided to wisely take a pitch. As that one stays up high. The first ball offered so far from Ian Michael. As that one stays inside, and for the first time all game, an Enforcer's hitter has a lead in the count. It's 2-1. That just misses outside. It'll be a hitter's count, 3-1 to the leadoff man, Oliver. As he waves at 53.
Pitch.
So a full count here with 1 out in the bottom of the second. Michael looking to pick up the second out of the inning and his first strikeout of the day. Sent out Playhouse, able to make the shoestring grab out there in left field.
It's a glove out there.
Nothing gets by him. He's a vacuum. I believe it was Brooks Robinson who was nicknamed the human vacuum cleaner because nothing got by. There's a deep cut. So that's popped up. Michael makes the grab, and he is moving quickly through the lineup as we head to the third. 4-0 your score.
Josh Gradwell coming in. Looking at his stats. 2.28 ERA, 41 strikeouts. And he was sitting at a sub-2 ERA before last week, and the Stingers roughed him up a bit, but still very much in it for Cy Young. Trying to limit the damage here. 4 runs. Definitely hard, but not unattainable to get in the bottom half of the third.
So he'll face Ian Michael to lead things off for the second inning in a row. It'll be the pitcher for the Wolfpack, that being Michael, leading things off. And you have to assume Gradwell would be the Game 3 starter for the Enforcers. Final inning of this second game about to get underway. And that'll drop in for strike one to open Gradwell's outing. The wind is starting to pick up just a little bit. Michael will push that one foul up onto the roof of the house. Nearly dropped into one of those trash cans. Would have been a pretty nice little trick shot there. 0-2 popped up. Gradwell doesn't even need to step off the mound to make the grab, and there's one away. Those shallow infield pop-ups can always be a little bit sketchy. So it was a good play from Gradwell to haul it in. Thomas takes strike one.
When Josh Gradwell's throwing that first pitch strike, that's when he's at his best. Really go to in his bag for all those swing and a miss pitches after, you know the batter knows they're coming in for strikes.
So that one runs up high for ball 2. 2-1 pitch. Just drops in and catches that top part of the black frame of the zone. Now the 2-2. Got him swinging. There's 2 away.
So far, nice job there from Josh Gradwell in relief. I know wiffle ball is very much a momentum game, but, putting Jake Oliver out there in game 2 after a pretty good game 1, but the Wolfpack, every time they see you, it's a better chance you can get a solid hit when you got a Cy Young contender, Josh Gradwell, in the bullpen.
So Playhouse comes out swinging, can't connect with the first pitch. Now the 0-1. Missed outside. It was 61, but nevertheless, the count goes level. So that one was a little high for Playhouse's tastes. Now the 2-1. Again swung through, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in game 2. Deuce is wild, as that's tapped foul.
He hides that ball so well. It looks like it's coming in at 65, but that sinker consistently sitting around 57, 58.
It's one of those pitches like the Christian Javier fastball that you just can't see. You can't read it out of the hand at all. So we'll try again from the 2-2. Playhouse will go down swinging. Gradwall spins a shutout frame in his first outing of the afternoon. We head to the bottom of the third. Enforcers need 4 to tie, 5 to walk it off.
This is a first. Ian Michael, going into the bottom of the third, has 12 pitches. That has never been done before.
Lined out to Playhouse, and he nearly made another spectacular grab out there in left field. Michael asking him what's up with that.
And, you know, Ian Michael did this to himself right after the second inning. He said, I have a perfect game. You knew this was going to happen.
The #1 rule of baseball, do not talk about a perfect game. We weren't, but he sure did, and he put that jinx out into the world as that's popped up. Playhouse will go back. He's at the wall. He can't haul it in. In his season debut, Yoshi Mullaney leaves the yard and puts the Enforcers on the board here in the bottom of the third.
And, you know, we've been hyping up Thomas all game. Those are two... I mean, they're both very difficult plays to make, but 2 plays you think Thomas would have at least a little bit better attempt on.
And could we be seeing...
Robbable.
Yeah, it hung up there for a while. I didn't think it would get out. I thought Playhouse would have pretty easily made the grab right back around the trees, but it hung up there a little too long.
Want to know the speed check on the first pitch. Just like that, this game has gotten interesting.
And could we be seeing a situation just like we saw yesterday where Jace Pratt was lights out for a good majority of that third game of that series, but it took a late rally from the Cyclones to take that game. We'll see if the Enforcers can match that today. That's popped up. Harden's going to go over. He's going to nearly have a play on it, but he can't quite haul it in.
And I mean, none of these plays are easy plays, but definitely makeable for this Wolfpack team. We've seen 3 opportunities for 3 outs.
So the 2-1 count here to Oliver. Just missed low, and it's 3-1. Tying run sits on deck, as that's going to be a little jam sandwich, and Michael's able to haul it in for the first out of the inning.
Finally, get that first out.
Certainly a little breath of relief for me and Michael, who's putting himself in a good position to try and get out of this one as Gradwall swings through 64.
Wow. It didn't look 64, but oh well.
Radar don't lie, I guess. So that misses low at 62.
He's a little annoyed out there.
This one sent out toward left field, tracking back his Playhouse. He's not going to be able to make the grab. Josh Gradwall leaving the yard, and with 1 out here in the bottom of the third, it's a 1-run ball game.
Nice job from Josh Gradwall to stick with it. Now he's hitting 300. Thomas crying over there. Don't know why. Maybe he's thinking about that squirrel. Being a little dramatic. Still a winnable game for this Wolfpack team.
Ian Michael's going to need to buckle down now with the tying run at the plate. Popped up, tough play.
Nice.
Sam Thomas with a bit of a web gem right there. Looked like it could have been trouble, a potential collision between Thomas and Playhouse.
Glad they were talking a little bit there. Some awareness from Thomas Playhouse to pull off, because both were going for that ball. That could have been a rough outcome.
So Yoshi Milady steps in now after finally getting the enforcers on the board here in game 2 in his last at bat. He's ahead 2-0.
It's his first hit of the season.
That one was 63 out of the hand of Ian Michael.
That's why they took him with the 5th overall pick. He's got that athletic build, some good defensive plays today, and obviously that home run pop.
Walked in today wearing a West Coast Conference basketball t-shirt. I thought that was pretty cool. Obviously being a University of Kansas student, I gotta love college basketball.
Well, it looks like Ian's fallen into that speed check rhythm he had against Chance Justice. But that's 3 in a row.
4 in a row. Count it up. Still a 2-0 count. That one misses outside at 59. He'll wear it off the arm, and a 2-out walk puts the tying run on. Reminds me of Zach Neto last week wearing one off the elbow against Hunter Brown. So with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd, Jake Oliver will step in, and like Zane Phillips yesterday, this isn't necessarily the guy you want to see with an opportunity to give his team the lead, or in this case, end the ball game.
Yeah, I mean, Jake Oliver, the best hitter on the Enforcers. It's fine getting away with a walk here.
So after our plethora of replay reviews yesterday, the first one of the day right here, but nevertheless, Michael will miss outside, rather mitigating the damage there, not allowing Oliver to end this game. So now Josh Gradwell will be tasked with driving in the tying run from second. He's ahead 2-0.
I reset it too, so. I reset the thing twice now.
Ian Michael struggling with the speed checks right now as that stays outside, and it's 3-0. And we're going to try to reset the radar gun because something's up with it right now. Michael ahead 3-0. So that runs inside, and the bases are loaded here with 2 down.
And who knows what the story would be if he didn't say perfect game before the end of the 2nd.
Finally wasn't an announcer jinx. As John Galgano steps in now and blasts one just barely foul.
And he flipped the bat. He thought that was out.
Could have been a walk-off grand slam.
With the bat flip. Oh, that's tough. Missed it by a foot.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Inside ball 2. Misses low, ball 3, and it's a hitter's count. Tying run sitting 40 feet away on 3rd. The 3-1. Inside ball 4, a run scores, and we are level.
Karma.
First pitch to Milady, a speed check at 62. 65. I've never seen anything like this. 61. .63, and it misses low. So after 4 pitches, the first recorded pitch of the at-bat.
I don't know. I mean, it's a stalker. So, I mean.
That's going to be sent out toward left field. Are you kidding me? Yoshi Milady going full David Bodie here with a walk-off grand slam here in Game 2. The Enforcers storm all the way back. Are you kidding me? Just like yesterday. How can you not be romantic about Wiffle Ball as the Enforcers level the series? So as to be expected, Robert's got a post-game interview with the walk-off hero Yoshi Milady.
All right, Yoshi, tell me about what you saw in that grand slam ball there.
Well, so we got a couple of fastballs early. We kind of got lucky with the radar gun being off, and was able to see a couple pitches, and then got the one we liked and was able to hit it hard.
Well, how about that radar gun? Did it help you or hurt you guys a little bit?
Definitely helped us at the end, but we'll look to ride this momentum into our next game.
All right, well, good luck out there.
Thank you.
Back up to Game 3, guys.
So Sam Thomas will be on the mound for the Wolf Pack. 3.12 ERA, 29 Ks, 46 hits. So very solid season for the rookie Sam Thomas, trying to get his team in this rubber match Game 3. Both teams, are the so the Wolf Pack are at what?
9 and 8. 9 and 8 versus 8 and 9 now. And Enforcers win brings both teams back to 500.
Yeah, Cyclones praying for an Enforcers loss. Keep them in it.
So it'll be Sam Thomas on the bump. First pitch to Oliver in there at 58 for strike 1. And I'm sure Ian Michael's not very happy about that.
Yeah, and it's...
That's sent out towards center.
Oh.
Hit on a rope. It's going to nestle itself behind the tree.
That ball disappeared from our sight line. I thought it was out for a sec, but kind of knuckled.
Just hit like a laser out there toward near dead center field. So Josh Gradwall stepping in now. First pitch inside for ball one. That's going to be pushed back toward Thomas. Flip to second for the first out. And a double play. Gradwall held up for some reason.
We'll take a look at the replay. I mean, it looked like he got in there. Thomas Blehouse did. Yep. Thomas Blehouse making up for kind of that subpar third inning last game.
And I'm not necessarily sure why Gradwall didn't run.
I think he just assumed they weren't going to go two there.
So all of a sudden, with two down here in the top of the first, John Galgano steps in and leaves both pitches up high to start off this at-bat. He's going to laser one over to Blehouse, who reins it in and flips it with that left hand over toward first. Technically a 1-2-3 inning. They give up the hit, but the double play gets Sam Thomas out of it. We head to the bottom of the first, still 0-0.
Ian Michael has got his average over 400 again. Narrowly missed out on Rookie of the Year last year. Finished second to Dylan Carroll of the Aces.
So Gradwall, as assumed, out here starting game number 3 after an inning of work in game 2. As Michael pops that up, Milady over there at first reins it in, and there's one down.
Yeah, it seems like Josh Gradwall, he's dialed until his ERA gets close to 2. And for whatever reason, he does not want his ERA to go below 2, so then he starts giving up home runs.
So Sam Thomas steps in and leaves the first pitch by the wayside for ball one.
Josh Gradwall now sitting at 2.17 ERA.
That one ran up and in, buzzed the tower a little on Thomas. Thomas looking for a one-out walk here in the bottom of the first, as he swings through that for strike one. Now the 3-1 hitters count. Again, can't connect, and after falling behind 3-0, Josh Gradwall has worked to this count level.
Yeah, it's full count. Jake Oliver thought it was okay.
Gradwall will look for that K right here.
I'm going to say better than saying perfect game after 2 innings.
That's going to be sent toward right field. No doubt about it. Sam Thomas says this is not a strikeout. Leaves the yard and puts the Wolfpack on the board first here in game 3.
Jake Oliver apologizing to Josh there. That's just how it goes. Tell him he's got a strikeout. It's actually full count. Next pitch takes it deep.
You know, as a broadcaster, I feel pretty redeemed right now because maybe it isn't just the broadcaster jinx for once.
But that's 7 home runs for Sam Thomas now. Oh.
And it's going to be back-to-back jacks.
Oh
Thomas Blehouse in the thick of the home run race as he lasers one out to right field. A very John Carlos Stanton-esque homer hit on a frozen rope.
This is now his 9th home run of the year, tied for 3rd place behind Zane Phillips and Philip Thomas. And now I'm actually happy because now that puts away the Mike you know, the TikTok Mike's bad luck. Well, he's worn it for the last 2 games. He's got 2 home runs, so hey, more people use it.
Wolfpack offense humming to life here in the bottom of the first of Game 3. Now Chad Curtis will have an opportunity to follow up the back-to-back homers. He leaves the first pitch for a strike. Back-to-back homers in the first inning of a ball game. One of the best feelings in the sport as that stays inside for ball 1. And Curtis will go down swinging for the second out of the inning.
We've been saying it for a while now, but this Wolfpack team, obviously, they 3 years ago had the worst season ever in the regular season. Had some high draft picks, took Ian Michael and Zach Inouye, and then Sam Thomas this year. They made a run last year, narrowly missed the World Series. But we've been saying if Thomas Blehouse can pick up his 2020-2021 form, which he's doing this year, this is a very good team.
And they have certainly proved it. They've been right in that race at the top of the leaderboard. Great snag over there from Yoshi Milady.
Alex Harden can't get a break.
That one just golfed a little bit for the third out, but back-to-back jacks give the Wolfpack the advantage as we head to the top of the second. It's 2-0. Top of the second on the way, and I feel like for maybe the 5th or 6th time today, it's going to be Yoshi Milady leading off an inning.
Yeah, now I see why Jake Oliver, I mean, the Pilots were going to take Yoshi, and Jake Oliver said no way, and now I kind of see why after that Game 2 performance. 2 home runs, 6 RBIs.
He's in an even 1-1 count here. And he tapped it foul.
Enforcers hyping up Yoshi, Wolfpack saying, why? Fouled it off.
1-2. Popped up. Thomas goes over and makes the grab. Nearly found himself bogged down in the brush right over there by the tree, but able to navigate around it for the first out of this second inning.
Jake Oliver 1 for 1 with a single. Only hit for the Enforcers here in Game 3.
And to have the opportunity to have Sam Thomas, your usual Game 1 starter, coming on for Game 3 is a big-time advantage.
And Sam Thomas has only had 1 bad game in his AWA career.
As Oliver watches strike 3 down the pipe for the second out of the inning.
And I'd say right now, safely between Sam Thomas and his brother Philip Thomas, are going to be in the conversation for Rookie of the Year. The third brother, Quinn Thomas, sustained a back injury, so he's out for the whole year. I'm sure he would have been right in that conversation as well.
So Josh Gradwell steps in and drives one out toward left field, but it's caught in the corner. It looked really good off the bat. Looked like it would hang up there long enough, but Ian Michael hauls it in and Gets tossed in the air a little bit by Thomas Playhouse. Something new every day, but the Wolfpack get out of the inning unscathed. We head to the bottom of the second. It's 2-0. So here in the top of the third, it's going to be Josh Gradwall. Or I'm sorry, the bottom of the second. All messed up right now. Gradwall versus Ian Michael. Top of the order for the Wolfpack. Michael jumps ahead 2-0. That'll stay downstairs for ball 3. Looking to open things up with a walk. Misses outside at 63. Some heat right there from Josh Gradwall. But it's a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the second.
I'm just looking at the first 3 guys in this order. Ian Michael, 395, 4 home runs. Sam Thomas, 7 home runs, 381. Thomas Playhouse, 396, 9 home runs. I don't think there's a better 1, 2, 3 in any lineup in the AWA.
Yeah, real murderer's row right there. People talk a lot about, put a quick guy at the bottom of the order to get him on base, or put your power hitter in the 4 hole as the cleanup man, but I think having a solid 1, 2, 3 at any level of the game is going to be your most important thing to have.
Yeah, no pitch there, 1-1.
1-1 count here. Nobody gone in the bottom of the second, as that just misses up high for ball 2.
Before that home run from Sam Thomas, the Enforcers were able to keep Sam Thomas pretty dialed back. Not too many hits before that home run.
Tipped that one foul, and the count runs back level at 2. He'll leave that one inside.
You can see Josh a little annoyed after giving up those 2 solo shots. Velo's really coming out, but solo shots won't kill you.
Enforcers still very much in this game, as that's popped up out towards center field, and Galgado nearly made the grab. I'm not sure. It sounded like it might have hit the fence.
Yeah, it did hit the fence. I think he almost hit it out of the field. That would have been an all-timer. But
nearly a Jose Canseco type play right there.
Yeah, that could have been content. I was kind of hoping for it. I'll pay anyone $50 just to Canseco it. We gotta make it look real.
Yeah. Fun fact about Jose Canseco, he is mutuals with me on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was driving out to school last year. I was sitting in a gas station in Auburn, Nebraska. And I get a Twitter notification that says, Jose Canseco has followed me.
Well, tell him to come out.
I'll see what I can do. Be quite
the
other
guest players
appearance.
are juiced, obviously. Not a bad tactic here from Josh. 3 straight unhittable pitches to Thomas Playhouse.
Playhouse looking to take a walk and load up the bases or more. And he'll ground one right side. Tough play. They'll get Thomas. Here comes Ian Michael home, and he's going to be there safely. A productive out, you might say, as it results in another RBI for Thomas Playhouse on the first out of the inning. It's 3-0 Wolfpack. Thomas Blehaus continuing his real big-time series here against the Enforcers as he tacks on another insurance run.
Well, if the Wolfpack can just get the bottom half of their lineup going, Chad Curtis, Alex Harden, a bit of a rough series.
Curtis saved from the strikeout by the speed check. Gradwall back with the 0-2 again. Tipped foul. Yeah, back to the earlier story. Funny enough, it was Jose Canseco who followed me before I followed him. As Curtis, a little excuse me swing goes down on strikes, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, it's tough when you're down 0-2. I think that's kind of the worst pitcher to be down 0-2 against, because he's not going to throw you a strike.
Got him to chase. A little sword action right there. So 2 down now for Alex Harden with a runner sitting over on first. And he'll ground one left side. It's going to be fair. Oliver comes up firing, and Milady can't quite haul it in.
Cue Alex Harden asking if that's a hit. How about that?
Right on cue, he looks over to the booth, says, "Score that as a base hit, please."
Which is funny coming from him. He's the most error scoring scorer we've ever had in the AWA. I go through the scoring after games when he scores. It's like 8 errors in a game. Come on, help these people out.
You know, I think I've given, in my time on the iPad, I think I've given 1 error, and it's because a no-hitter was taking place. I don't think that no-hitter was finished. So at the end of the day, all for naught, but you know, a little home cooking isn't too bad all the time.
Yeah, if it's a gimme play, then absolutely, but most plays in the AWA are not.
Yeah. Back at the start of June, I was at one of the Mariners-Orioles games here in Seattle. I was sitting in front of an Orioles fan, and there was a play that I very well thought could have been an error. That's grounded up the middle for the 3rd out, and here's a lesson in sportscasting, kids. Do not start a story with 2 outs in an inning because it will immediately end. We head to the top of the 3rd, 3-0 Wolfpack your score.
Nice.
So back here for the top of the 3rd, it'll be Sam Thomas looking to close things out, and John Galgano will lead things off. First pitch in there for a strike, and it knocked the catcher off his feet.
It hit the zone.
Yeah, the short summary of the story I was trying to tell before the inning ended was that I was at a Mariners-Orioles game, and there's a play that I definitely thought would be an error. Scored as a hit, and the Orioles fan behind me was not happy about that. He was crashing out at the scores, and this was the 3rd inning of a game in early June. Like,
oof.
That just catches the inside part of the zone for the 1st out of the top of the 3rd.
That's tough. See if we can see some Yoshi Milady heroics again. Maybe more of a game 2 guy, but we'll see.
Looking to be a little bit of a spark plug here for the Enforcers in game 3. He'll move out of the way of the first pitch for ball 1. (1-0) sent out toward left center field. Did he do it again? He did it again. Yoshi Milady Welcome back and welcome to the 2025 season. Another late clutch homer from the left-hander, and it's a 2-run ball game here in the top of the third.
This dude's putting up numbers in one series adequate or comparatively to some of the middle players this year already. 429, 7 RBIs, 3 home runs. Very respectable, especially only 3 games played.
Averaging a homer a game.
Not bad.
Quick math right there. So back to the top of the order here with 1 down in the top of the third. All of a sudden, the tying run sits on deck once again. And Jake Oliver is ahead 2-0. Now 3 to Jake Oliver, looking for a 1-out walk right here. And he'll pick up just that, the tying run now coming to the plate.
Jake Oliver, very smart wiffle ball player. I mean, you're down 2 runs. Don't try and swing for the fences. Just get on base, try and keep this train moving.
And of course, no run cap here in the top of the third, so Sam Thomas is just going to have to get 2 outs some way, somehow. Gradwell tips that one foul.
That would have hurt if it was a foot higher. We got some protection, though.
I definitely don't feel like wearing a wiffle ball off the face today. Is that one pushed back toward the canopy?
Dang it, Josh.
That ball into the greenery and probably not coming back. 0-2 on the way. Got him to swing at 55, and there's 2 down. A very important punch out right there for Sam Thomas to put him an out away from closing down this game and picking up a series victory for the Wolfpack. If he can hang on here, they'll be a game back of the best records in the league. First one just catches the inside part of the plate. Galgano about 3/4 of a swing right there. Behind 0-2, Enforcers down to their final strike. And it's in the dirt for ball 1. Galgano looking to rally, Thomas looking to slam the door. The 1-2. Sent out towards center. Tough play, Blehaus. He booted it around a little bit. He's going to lose it behind the trees. Oliver's going to get to third. He rounded, thought about home, but holds off. And the go-ahead run will now come to the plate.
Unfortunately for the Wolfpack, it's Yoshi Milady.
Might not be the guy you want to see right here with 2 outs. Looking for some more late-game heroics. First pitch catches the zone for strike 1.
Especially lefty-lefty matchup. Very difficult to hit a home run out.
0-1 pitch. He's going to take it off the back for ball 1. The toughest part here, if you're the Enforcers, is even if Milady walks, now you've got Jake Oliver at the plate. Healthy cut right there. And again, the Enforcers down to their final strike. The 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Sam Thomas prevails here in game 3, and the Wolfpack take the series 2-1. A couple first inning homers, the difference for the Western Wolfpack, who pick up their 10th win of the season. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next Monday for one of the biggest games of the year.